submissive to their parents, or they are not obedient to their parents. They do not honor their parents as the scripture says they should. So does it mean that those parents or those individuals cannot manage the larger flock, like you put it, or cannot Hello and welcome to another episode of My Family's Reaction to the Scripture. I still remain your girl Chantelzazi. Good to have you guys. If you are a new viewer, please consider subscribing and liking our channel. Here we're family and we grow together, and I'm sure you will enjoy what we do here on the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back every week. We really appreciate you, and we do not take your coming back for granted at all. I have amazing guests today. To my left is you guys already know him. I don't think I should be introducing him all the time. This is my darling husband, Mr. Julius Ayeba, and he's joining us today. Welcome, darling. And to my right, you know now, that my special person that's been coming all the time. His name is Mr. Collins Poma, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with his face by now. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Okay, so we'll go right into our scripture for today. That scripture is 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4 to 5. Let's see what it says. From this translation, this is the New Community Bible, and it says, He must be a man whose household is well managed, with obedient and well-mannered children. If he does not know how to manage his own house, how can he take care of the assembly of God? Strong one there. Okay, who's ready for us? Are you ready?
Yes, I have the White Standard Version. 1 Timothy 3, 4 to 5.
Okay.
Fox says, he must manage his own household well, keeping his children submissive and respectful in every way. 4.
Okay, I think that should be 5.
For if a man does not know how to manage his own household, how can he care for God's church?
Okay, I care for God.
This
Sorry, just hold that thought. I know you're excited about this one. Let's hear another translation here.
From the Good News Bible, we have Good News Translation. We have 1 Timothy 3, 4 to 5. 4 says, he must be able to manage his own family well and make his children obey him with all respect. 5. For if a man does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of the church of God?
Okay. I wouldn't want to even say anything right now because I know you have so much to say. So
start beginning from 1 Timothy 3, 4 to 5. I think this chapter say a whole lot. It represents the society. Whatever we have today is actually from different belief, different background. I know the world is so vast and people have different ideology concerning so many things. But truly, with all honesty, if a child or a home is well managed, it will actually translate to whatever is happening in our society today. Because the societal setting or so many things happening actually begins from home. So I strongly believe in this chapter that if a man manages his whole household well and respectfully, he'll be able to manage the church, and not just the church, the larger society. Because
Mm.
whatever happens from home, that's what translates to the church,
Good.
that's what translates to the society, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so it's more like charity begins at home
Something like
kind of
that.
thing. Okay, let's hear your point of view.
Well, I think I share same sentiments with my friend.
Okay.
Because um, if you know what this Second Timothy chapter 3 is actually addressing,
Mm-hmm.
it's addressing the church leader,
Mm-hmm.
being a church leader, what qualifies you to be a church leader, or what should
Okay.
be the attributes of a church leader. I
Okay.
remember that a lot were listed above there.
Mm-hmm.
What should not be of
Of what
such
should be.
candidates shouldn't be a drunkard,
Mm.
shouldn't be a selfish person, should be someone that is welcoming and all that.
Mm-hmm.
These qualities listed there are what makes you a good leader.
Okay.
So if you are able to have this quality, then there is high probability of having a good home. And of course, you know that the family is the nuclear church.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So if you're able to have these qualities
Mm-hmm.
as a father,
Mm-hmm.
then it's easy for you to be a leader in the church because you're already a
The
leader
leader at
at
home.
home. And
Okay.
of course, if you can, the reason why it is streamlined down to the houses, to the home, is because if you cannot manage your home as a leader at home at that small level,
Mm-hmm.
how are you going to manage
The
a large
larger
flock?
community.
So that is why it's very important.
Okay, okay, because when I was reflecting on this scripture, I just kept asking myself, I said, if you say he must be able to manage his home well and get his children to respect him before he is able to manage the house of God. Now, what happens to church leaders and then people who really want to serve God, but you discover that their children are, somewhat, I wouldn't want to use the word wayward, but they're children who are not submissive to their parents, or they are not obedient to their parents, and they do not honor their parents as the scripture says they should. So does it mean that those parents or those individuals cannot manage the larger flock, like you put it, or cannot manage the house of God? So it's something that I just kept reflecting on, and I don't know. What do you think?
Well, the fallout from not managing your own very as a church leader rubs off on not just the family but the church that you pastor. And that is why it's important that if you put these qualities into play and with God on your side, there's every probability of nurturing a good home. But of course, the devil can also sow,
Evil seeds.
you understand, can also sow evil seeds. So that's why, as a pastor, you have to be close to your God, bring your children close to God, and never leave, always keep track on them. Then also remember that the reason why it is not so good, there's a part there that talks about the leader must be a man that is married to one wife.
Whoa.
Yes, must be a man
Okay,
that is married to
I
one
didn't
wife.
take note of that. Trust me.
Yes, if you read the verse before, then you will see that it's
Oh
for
my
obvious
goodness.
reasons. So you cannot be a pastor asking your congregation to, or discouraging polygamy, and you are married to more than one wife. So it's the same with trying to manage your children, your home. So you cannot be a pastor where you cannot control your children. Your children do not give you all the respect, and you are out there preaching to others. As in, what example do you really set out there? So that is why you must try it. It can be very tempting. It can be a serious temptation to pastors with family, unlike the Catholics where they do not get married. It can be a serious temptation, but It's all God.
Well, it's all for God, just like you said. Okay, so do you have any other thing to add up on this?
Not really, just a little. I think this is more of a responsibility
Mm-hmm.
as a man, as a
Mm-hmm.
church leader, and
Mm-hmm.
all that. Not minding the qualification as a pastor or a
Mm-hmm.
priest, as the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's more of a responsibility as a man that you should be able to manage your home well, and the children should be respectful. And in that, we have a good people representing everywhere in the society. That's right.
Well, I agree. And you also know that if your children cannot respect you, of course, there's no way they can respect their elders
Yeah,
outside.
sure.
Yeah, true. Very true. Very true. Well, thank you so much for shedding so much light on this because trust me, you've changed my perception about this particular scripture. We really appreciate your presence this week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I hope when we call on you guys again, you guys will come back.
Of course.
Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We really appreciate you. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing now and liking our channel. I still remain your girl, Chantelzazi. Until we come your way again, stay blessed and stay loved. Mwah.